Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast, and I'm your co-host, Boomer God to the Cat, the hands your in-room champ back. And to my left, there is the main man. He's used to narrow the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Tell the anti-is fun, spicier content than your girl's only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, Vergil Ortiz had a hell of a fight against Sergey Bohachuk. And oh man, the fireworks were flying. These dudes left it, oh man, they threw haymakers all night like crazy. Now, Vergil got dropped twice, and I say dropped very lightly because one of those, at the very least, I think it was more Vergil's fault than it was Bohachuk. But listen, regardless it happened, Vergil came back and he won the fight. Majority decision. One judge had it a draw. The other two scored it 114, 112. Great fight. I recommend everybody go watch it. I'm not lying. We did a little bit of refresher. We watched it right before we jumped on. Phenomenal fight. Definitely fight of the year contender. Now, why am I bringing all this up? One of the things that Vergil has consistently been trying to do for quite some time now is get a fight against Terence Crawford. Now, if he's been trying to get a fight against Terence Crawford, why is it relevant now? Well, here's the thing. Very recently, Turki Al-Sheikh has said since he's moving on from Canelo or trying to get Canelo to fight Terence Crawford, he says, hey, look, I'm looking at maybe this man going up against Vergil Ortiz. Makes complete sense to me. Listen, I like Vergil Ortiz up until his fight against Bohachuk. He was 21 fights, 21 knockouts. Great record to have. This one went the distance, obviously. Bohachuk got a hell of a chin on him. That man deserves all the respect in the world. A hell of a chin on him. With that being said, I like Vergil Ortiz a lot. I think he's a great boxer. I don't know if he's Terence Crawford great. And I say that with all due respect to Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is great talent. Terence Crawford is a whole nother beast. Now, the reality of it being made is very strong, given that Turki Al-Sheikh, who has been funding Terence Crawford, saying, hey, this is the fight that I want next. Very likely to happen. And here's the thing. One of the things that I noted, and I told my partner here, in the fight, if Vergil Ortiz wants to stand a chance, he can't go in like he went in against Bohachuk. Bohachuk was in there to clang and bang with him, and that's a perfect fight for Vergil Ortiz. Terence Crawford's not going to do that. Terence Crawford is more of a pick his spots type of fighter. Yes, he can be very aggressive when he wants to be. He's got power. He's, as you all saw by the way he demolished Errol Spence. But he's not a go in there and just, let's see who's got a better chin. Let's hit each other until one of us goes down type of fighter. He's not. So Vergil Ortiz is going to have to be a lot more of a technician if he wants to beat a Terence Crawford. Now, I think it'll be a great fight either way. I think the pressure will be constantly put on by Vergil Ortiz, which could be his downfall, if I'm being honest, because I feel like Terence Crawford would pick him off at different spots. But listen, I think it's going to be a great fight. I hope Turki makes it. Vergil's been asking for it for a while. If I'm being honest, this is just, again, all due respect to Vergil, I don't think he was a big enough star to face a Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, as we all know, pound for pound number one, undisputed in two different weight classes, just got a title in the 4th division. So he has all the accolades. Again, Terence Crawford is very, very technically sound. So I don't think Vergil Ortiz has a great chance at beating at him. But listen, what we saw from the Bohachuk fight is Vergil Ortiz has a lot of heart. So hopefully that'll be the one thing that'll carry him through. And listen, I'm here for it, man. Let's see. Let's make it happen. Get it done, Turki. We appreciate you. What do you think about that, my man?
I want to kind of expand on something that you had said about Vergil Ortiz's chances, especially with his fight style. And I noted that when we were watching the refresher of the fight, it seems that Vergil Ortiz, and I don't want to, let me word this carefully. Vergil Ortiz is smart and quick on his feet, but it seems like his wit when it comes to the ring is more so that he can think on his pressure and on his feet in a quick instance. Especially because him and Bohachuk were fighting in the clinch like a lot, constantly, and like no matter what, Bohachuk had a lot of power punches that he was throwing, but Vergil Ortiz was very reactive, and the power punches that Bohachuk would have gotten in were mitigated by Vergil Ortiz going on the defensive almost in that quick instant. So Vergil Ortiz is smart, but he's very much in think on my feet type of person. The problem with that is that Terence Crawford is very methodical. He likes to take his approach. He likes to analyze the situation and react accordingly. And coming off of that, the one thing that he would not want to do, or at the very least not be as afraid of doing so, is giving Vergil Ortiz the fight that he wants. The last thing that he would want to do is give Vergil Ortiz the fight that he wants, because why wouldn't we? Or why would he? He's going to go in with the attitude of, I'm not fighting your fight. You're going to have to fight mine. Why would you give any inch to your opponent if you don't have to? Terence Crawford, especially himself, is in a position to instill authority and to instill intimidation because of all the accolades that he wants. Why would he give any of that to Vergil Ortiz? Why would he give Vergil Ortiz any ounce of respect going into the fight by respecting the fight and going in the way that Vergil Ortiz would want to give him? He has every single advantage. Why would he want to give him any sort of advantage? So I think in that instance, Vergil Ortiz is going to have to go against his usual fight tactics and fight a little differently if he wants to stand a chance at Crawford. Crawford has every single trick in the book to demolish a Vergil Ortiz, and not to disrespect the man, but yeah, it's Terence Crawford has more of a reason to stand and go against this man in every single avenue, and Vergil Ortiz is going to have to fight his fight, not the other way around.
Listen, man, like I said a little bit ago, I do think that Terence Crawford, unfortunately for Vergil Ortiz, has every accolade, every experience that's Vergil has in spades. It just, I don't want to disparage Vergil Ortiz because he's a great fighter, man. He's a great fighter. He really is. It's just, there's levels to the game, and unfortunately for him, Terence Crawford is levels above him. Now, with that being said, the one thing that Vergil Ortiz does have over Terence Crawford is youth. Vergil Ortiz is still very young, man. Still very young. And Terence Crawford is getting up there. That could be the one thing. Maybe if he puts enough pressure on him, maybe if he tires him out. I personally don't see that as an avenue to win. But listen, it's the one thing that we got to point to that Vergil absolutely has over Terence Crawford. And, maybe he can parlay that into a win. Again, he's got his work cut out for him, man. It's going to be a difficult fight. But listen, again, the Turk's already said that he's looking to make this fight next, and I'm here for it. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think a lot of people are going to like the fight. I would bet my money on Terence Crawford, but listen, you never know. It's boxing. All it takes is one spark of brilliance in the right moment, and that could be it. So listen, we'll see what happens. Again, Vergil Ortiz has been calling for it for a while. Terence Crawford has ignored him. He's acknowledged that, he's there, and Vergil's a great fighter, but he's like, I'm not really interested in it. But now that Turk, the guy that is funding Terence Crawford, says he wants to see it next, maybe it gets done. So we'll see. It'll be good. Let's keep our eyes on this one, see what develops. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.